everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Thursday, October 20th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player prop spreads, over-unders, money lines here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that are great value bets for this Thursday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with Prize Picks. So be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match and your first deposit up to $100 on Prize Picks. You can also use one of our links that we have down below in the comment section and in the description. Really is a great app, guys, that specializes in player props and things of that nature. Put multiple picks into an entry to win a lot of money, and it really is a lot of fun to use. So I highly encourage you to check that out. Like I said, use our code SFP for that 100% deposit match or one of our links that we have down below. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page as well. Great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. And we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. Just a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. It's just $3.99 per month. You get a badge next to your name, some custom emojis, roll color in the Discord, shoutouts in the videos, and access to our picks early. So all the picks that you'll see today were posted early in the community tab on YouTube for our MVPs. So just an added perk, and like I said, just a great way to support the channel. Appreciate you all as always. Be sure to check that out. Okay, now results from the previous episode, guys. So we had some really great Comet Capper callouts. We had a ton of them. We had 6 of them, actually. We had Rich Salter calling the Ja Morant over 29.5 points. Lit Picks calling the Ja Morant over 29.5 points. Jalen Sutton calling the Devin Booker over 24.5 points for the Suns. Anthony Muhammad calling the Paolo Banchero over 14.5 points. Detailer X calling the Grizzlies win and the over 225.5. They pulled it out in overtime. We'll love to see it. And Galaxy Guardian calling the Ja Morant over 41.5 PRAs. So great callouts there from our Comet Cappers. A lot of Ja Morant callouts. As far as the stream results yesterday, guys, we ended up going 1-4 on our first day in the NBA. It was not very good at all. We were able to cash the Darius Garland under 20.5 points. He actually ended up leaving this game early with an eye injury, but he was well on his way to cashing the under either way. But obviously, kind of sad to actually see him get injured. I do like Darius Garland. Wish him nothing but the best with that. Our other picks, though, just a complete flop, guys. We had Julius Randle under 21.5 points. That one was pretty close. I think he ended up finishing with 24 points. So that one was pretty close. And then we missed on DeJounte Murray over 1.5 threes. He ends up going 1 for 5 from 3. Missed on the Denver Nuggets minus 7.5 spread there versus the Jazz. Jazz came out and absolutely beat the brakes off the Nuggets. So riddle me that, guys. I have no idea what that's all about. We'll have to keep an eye on the Utah Jazz. I guess maybe they're this year's Cleveland Cavaliers. Did not see that one coming. They were 28th in the power rankings. Hard to see that one coming, to be honest with you. And then we had the under 230.5 points in the Pelicans Nets game. I was talking to a lot of people about this. This actually looked great for the longest time, and then just second half, as it started picking up. You had the Pelicans at the end of the game running the no huddle offense up by 25. It made no sense. I was looking at the end of the game. They're shooting threes 5 seconds into the shot clock, with under 3 minutes to play, up by 25. Didn't make any sense. But not a lot we can do about that. We're gonna bounce back today, though, guys. We're gonna get this 3-0 sweep. So let's get right into our picks here for today. Getting right into our picks here at number 1. We are going with the Philadelphia 76ers, -4 spread here versus the Milwaukee Bucks, -107 odds here on PointsBet. So guys, we got some injuries here coming in for the Milwaukee Bucks. You got Chris Middleton out of the lineup, Pat Connaughton out, and Joe Ingles out. So I think that will play a role here for the Bucks, particularly Pat Connaughton and Chris Middleton. Obviously, those are 2 very important perimeter pieces here for the Bucks that are out. And 76ers here coming in actually pretty clean on the injury report. All starters will be available. Nothing really crazy to report there on the injury report list. And 76ers already did play one game, which there's part of me that actually likes that. They kind of already had their taste of the regular season, so they're ready, a little bit more prepared, I think, for this game, especially being at home. They're going to be able to feed off that Philly crowd. I think they're going to be pumped up. And honestly, the biggest thing that I'm watching for with the 76ers this year is James Harden, right? I think he's the guy that we're all looking at. And he came out in game number 1 and performed. He had 35 points on 9 out of 14 shooting. Very efficient. He looked absolutely terrific in game number 1. Looking for more of that from him. I think Philly here will cover this game. Even though the history won't tell you that. The history will tell you the Bucks have dominated this series. They've won 7 out of the last 8 games in this series. So obviously, I actually bet on the Bucks spread last year in the same matchup. It's a very similar spread. But in this spot, I do like Philly, guys. In that game versus Milwaukee, they did blow a 10-point fourth quarter lead. Ended up losing the game by 2. Like I said, I think they bounce back here, particularly at home here in the opener. I see them winning this game. I think injuries will play a big role. Connaughton and Middleton, 2 very important pieces, like I said. Now, last year, these teams are actually pretty comparable, statistically speaking. Bucks were 12th, 76ers 13th in defensive efficiency. Bucks were 6th, 76ers 11th in offensive efficiency. So these teams were actually pretty close as far as efficiency goes. And here, though, you got to give the edge to the home team. So far, home teams 9-5 in the opener so far this year. The home opener, so far 9-5 for the home team. So I do like to see that. I think again we'll see that trend continue here. I think Philly will win. I think they'll win by 5+. I really do. I think they'll cover the spread. Look for James Harden to play well. Tyrese Maxey. I think the perimeter players are going to play really good here for Philly. Looking for Maxey and Harden to step up. So. Do love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. We're going Philadelphia 76ers, -4 spread here versus the Milwaukee Bucks. -107 odds here on PointsBet. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with James Harden. Over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Philadelphia 76ers. -119 odds here on Caesars. Guys, I absolutely love this bet. We saw Harden come out, like I said, in game number 1, perform very well. Shot the ball 5 out of 9 from 3, and he did a little shimmy. Now, why I say that's important, to me it's important because it shows that he's into it, right? Harden's about the smoke this year. He is. I love seeing that confidence. I love seeing the swag that he put out in game number 1. I think that'll carry over here into the home opener. I'm looking for him to have a good shooting performance. This is a great matchup as far as that goes. Milwaukee allowed the most 3-pointers made per game last year at 14.3 per game. So the perimeter defense is not the greatest. And obviously, without Connaughton and Middleton, you're losing a couple more pieces. You got to rely on Grayson Allen to play tough defense on the perimeter. And I don't know about that. I honestly see this as a very good matchup here for Harden. I think he'll definitely get some good looks here from 3. And honestly, I don't mind his points look over, but I don't want to trust him to score points on the inside against Giannis and the big trees. The Bucks are going big. Now, obviously, with Portis in the starting lineup, Portis, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. So, obviously, that's going to be, a big adjustment here as far as the Bucks go. They're going to have a lot of size, but it still could lead to a lot of threes on the perimeter. So, I trust Harden's game more on the perimeter here. Don't want to go up against the trees inside. No reason to do that. And Harden's had great success versus the Bucks. He's cashed this line in 13 out of his last 16 games versus the Milwaukee Bucks, including last year versus the 76ers as well. So, and like I said, he looked great in game number 1, right? And from the perimeter. Like I said, he was 5 and 9. He did the shimmy. Now, he did pretty much airball that shot, which was pretty funny. That was made, quite a joke there on social media. He shook Marcus Smart just like he shook, I believe it was Johnson a few years ago for the Clippers. He shook him. Had like 10 feet of space, and then he airballed the 3. It was pretty funny. But the confidence is there, right? That's the biggest thing that I'm looking at. He still was 5 and 9 from 3. And he also went 7 out of 15 from 3 in the preseason as well. So, looks like he's shooting the ball pretty good here so far to start the season. So far, that'd be 12 out of 24 from 3 so far in the games that he's played. So, I like to see that. I think that's very solid. I think we'll see, hopefully around 10 3-point attempts is what I'm looking for. I think we'll be cashing this line easily. Like I said, he definitely didn't disappoint in game number 1, dropping 35 points. The confidence is there. James Harden's about the smoke. We love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick, or number 2 pick. James Harden over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Minus 119 odds on Caesars. Okay, and finally at number 3, we are rolling with Anthony Davis over 36.5 PRAs here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Minus 105 odds here on DraftKings. So guys, this is a line I really like. A little bit sneaky. You know, people were jumping on LeBron's PRAs for the first game, which made a lot of sense, which I definitely, I'm about that. But here I think, this is going to be a spot here for Anthony Davis. I think they have a big game here versus the Clippers. Clippers are a very good defensive team. If they had one weakness, though, it'd be in the paint. Davis has really had Zubac's number. In his last 10 games versus Ivica Zubac, the center there for the Clippers, Davis has gone over in 7 out of his last 10 games versus Ivica Zubac. Right, so that's pretty solid. He's also over in 5 out of 8 games, his last 8 games here versus the Clippers as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. So we like to see that. Pretty solid overall. Last year from the Clippers, we saw that they gave up the 14th most points to centers, the 10th most rebounds, and the 4th most assists to centers. So centers were able to put up some pretty good stat lines versus the Clippers last year. I'm looking for that to continue. I think Davis will be able to find the advantage here inside. I think more attention obviously going to be on LeBron. LeBron was pretty big in game number 1, and obviously anytime LeBron's on the floor, he just garners the attention, which is, I think, a very good thing for Anthony Davis. LeBron is all about passing the ball to Davis when he can. These two work together, obviously very good when they're healthy. We haven't seen a lot of that lately, but I think here, obviously game number 2, I'm looking for Davis to even improve off his first game. He did have 33 PRAs his first game there versus the Warriors, 27 points, 6 rebounds. I think he can improve his stat line. He was just 10 out of 22 from the floor, put up 0 assists, just 6 rebounds. So I think he gets some more rebounds. I also think he could shoot a little bit better from the floor as well. I think Davis, 10 out of 22, that's not really him. I think we can see him shoot above 50% for sure in this game in a plus matchup. And I think he can get a couple assists as well. 0 assists, come on. You can do better than that. And a few more rebounds. So I like the ceiling here for Davis. I think he could have a big game here versus the Clippers. I think the Lakers got to respond after that first game. They got to silence these haters. They're saying, same old Lakers, right? 123-109 loss there to the Warriors in game number 1. They got to have a bounce back here. It's time for the Lakers to turn a corner. We've seen too much of mediocre to bad play from the Lakers over the last couple of years, where they're not meeting expectations. Well, this is a chance in LA, marquee matchup. You're playing against Kawhi Leonard. You're playing against the same team in your city. Time to make a statement. I think Davis will do that here in this game here versus the Clippers. So do love it there, guys, for our number 3 pick. We're going Anthony Davis over 36.5 PRAs here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Minus 105 odds on DraftKings. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Worth noting, once we get to 10,000 subscribers, guys, we're going to be doing a pretty big giveaway. We're going to be giving away 10 merchandise items. 10. So we're going to be giving away cups, shirts, stuff like that. So really excited about that. Maybe on the next episode, I'll show you guys some of the merch that we do have that we'll be offering. Looking for a big bounce back here, guys. I hate starting the season like we did yesterday, 1-4, not the way I wanted to come out of the gate. But it's not abnormal, and it's not foreign even to me. So last year was pretty much the same. I got off to a little bit of a slow start, and then things really started to turn, and then we got hot. So it's one of those things where you got to bankroll manage. I don't recommend going too heavy early on in the season. You want to be very careful early on in the season because we don't have data on these teams early in the season, right? We're just going off of what we know in the preseason, what we know in the offseason, and what we know from last year. So chemistry issues, usage, minutes, all these different things are still up in the air. How are the Clippers going to look tonight? We don't fully know everything. They're getting Kawhi Leonard back into the lineup there. So I want to attack the weak matchup that I think we have there in that game, but overall, we just don't know how it's all going to look, right? So we want to take it easy, not go too heavy early on in the season, and just bankroll manage because get through the first part of the season is really the toughest part. Once you start getting into November and things like that, it gets easier, and you start getting some numbers, start getting some stats, and you can start making better choices. So. Do appreciate y'all, though. Appreciate all the support. Love you guys as always. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and we will catch you all next time. Peace out.